So then, Andrew Neil, editor of the Sunday Times for 11 years, presiding over a number of significant scoops. For you, what was the biggest?
Oh, I think the biggest was probably revealing the full extent of Israel's nuclear arsenal. After all, it was big enough for our only source to be kidnapped by Mossad, the Israeli Secret Service. And he then spent 16 years in jail. He's still effectively under house arrest in Israel now.
How big a personal decision was it for you to run that story?
It was a huge personal decision. And I remember sitting in my office at the Sunday Times, surrounded by my senior editors, and I told them all to leave the room and I would give them a decision in half an hour's time. And I walked out of the room and I said, prepare pages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We're going with the story. And there was muttering at the background saying, this will be Neil's Hitler diaries.
Well, of course, let's remind ourselves. I mean, this was only a few short years after the Sunday Times had suffered as a result of the fake Hitler diaries. So the importance of it was not just in the significance of the story, but in the significance of putting the paper's credibility on the line yet again.
Indeed, the Hitler diaries scandal had taken place in May of 1983. I became editor in October of 1983. This was 1986. It wasn't long afterwards. The paper could not have withstood another Hitler diaries.
Mordechai Vanunu, the informer, as you've characterised him, spent the best part of 20 years in jail. Do you think about that often now? Of course, you've moved on, but in essence, he's been living with the consequences of being your informer ever since.
There's not a time when I don't think, when this issue comes up, what we could have done, that it wasn't so. But we had warned him to be very careful. We had tried to look after him. Now, we knew that he was in danger, but he wouldn't listen to us. And then he met this blonde in Leicester Square, and she said that she liked him, but there was no chance of a sexual relation in London. But if he went to Rome with her, where her sister had a flat, then maybe things would develop there.
A classic honey trap.
Classic honey trap. And when he got off the plane in Rome, she hailed a taxi, but it wasn't a taxi. There were 2 Mossad agents in the back of the car. They chloroformed him, and he woke up on a tramp steamer to Tel Aviv.